Hey, we are live. It is Sunday night, so you know what time that is? It's time for Learning with Lynn. So I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard, and we want to welcome you out today. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. Let me move some things around here. I am going to move this to my other screen so that I can share my screen with you. Okay, awesome. So we have the screen sharing on. And let me go back home, start over from the beginning. All right, so this is my blog. This is onlinebeautybiz.com. This is what I use to train my team. And it's public. And so I want everybody to know that if you're an Avon rep, you are welcome to use this. There is tons of training on here. I've been busy updating it, trying to figure out the new Avon website and how to get around there. So I've updated some of my posts so far about the new Avon website. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So anyway, this is onlinebeautybiz.com. This is my blog. If you're brand new, you'll want to click on Getting Started right here up at the top. And in there, you'll find all kinds of information like, hey, I got an order in my online store. Someone told me they ordered. How do I find it? All of that kind of stuff, right? How do I get paid? How do I get started? How do I set up my website? All of the basic how do I get started stuff is in there. On the left-hand side of the blog is the main screen, the main panel, and you'll see in here the first, 6 posts. These are in chronological order, so they're most recent date first, and they go back by date. On the right-hand side, you'll see a sign up to receive our newsletter. If you're not receiving emails, you can sign up here. And right underneath that is a search, and you can search for pretty much anything you're looking for, or there's categories. So anything that's tagged with a specific, like category like Facebook parties or follow-up or fundraising or, whatever, they're going to be in this tag. You'll see them in this tag. And so, hi, Anitra, good to see you. So if you're on a computer, it looks just like this. You've got the main panel and then the side panel, right? If you're on a phone, then the side panel moves to the bottom. So if you're on your phone, you'll see the main panel and you'll see like 6 or so posts. And then right underneath that will be the side panel. So that's where you can sign up for the newsletters or search or find the categories. Just scroll down to the bottom. So today we're going to talk about 6 steps to finish the year strong. And I actually am going to have to find it because it's not on the front page. So in this case, we're just going to search for 6 steps. That will get us close. Just a tip when you're searching, don't search for too many words. Your search will be more productive if you like less is more. So I did search 6 steps. It's not this one, but it's this next one. 6 steps to finish the year strong in your Avon business. So that's what we're going to talk about today. It's already mid-December. I mean, really, New Year's is like in 2 weeks, right? A week and a half. Well, no, 2 weeks from yesterday. Yeah. And so, how are you tracking? Are you tracking to finish the year strong in your business? I know we've worked hard and we've accomplished, everything that we've set out to or about to end the year victoriously, right? Or are we? Some of us are, some of us aren't, right? So have you accomplished everything you want to do this year? Have you achieved all your New Year's resolutions that you made last January? If not, it's not too late. You're running out of time. You got 2 weeks, but it's not too late yet. So before we get into that, let's talk about growing your Avon business is pretty simple. Really, there's only 4 steps to being an Avon rep and being successful in your Avon business. Number 1, prospecting for new customers and recruits. Number 2, getting a brochure, whether it's paper or digital, to every customer, every campaign. Number 3, following up with every customer you gave a brochure to. And then number 4, take the order, submit to Avon, or they go on your online store and place their order. And then just rinse and repeat. It's just that simple. So if you're prospecting for new customers and recruits, if you're brand new, we ask you to make a list of everyone you know, and then start working through that list. Just start calling them or texting them or Facebook messaging them or whatever you do, right? And just say, hey, I just started my Avon business. I'm so excited. Would you like to see a brochure? And we have our new digital catalog. So you can either give them a paper brochure or you can send them the link to our digital catalog, right? And that gets the ball rolling. If they say yes, now you're going to put them into your system. You're going to put them in as a customer in your business, and you're going to get them, do these 4 steps with them every campaign, right? You're going to get a brochure to them every campaign. You're going to follow up, blah, blah, blah. If you've already been working through your list, and by the way, that's a living, breathing document. We are constantly adding and taking people off the list. We still are. 20 years later, Richard and I, we're constantly adding to our list, and we're scratching people off because they've either become a customer, so I don't need to keep following up for them to become a customer, right? Or they've told me they weren't interested, and that's totally okay too. It's just about keeping that list growing, living and breathing. And hi, Denise, good to see you. Okay, so now you're going to get a brochure to them every campaign. That's your store. Your store isn't open unless you're getting them the brochure, or at least your website, right? Because if you don't put something in front of them to buy, your store's not open. So I am a strong believer in brochures. I actually use the paper brochures as kind of like business cards. I pass them out, and but you can use digital as well. Right? But the key is getting them to them every single campaign, and then following up with every customer, every campaign. Hi, Lisa. Good to you. I mean, good to see you.
Say hi to Guadalupe. She's brand new. Hey, Guadalupe.
Oh, hi,
congratulations
Guadalupe.
being here.
Hey, welcome.
Good to see you.
Thanks for being here. I got everybody? Yeah,
yeah.
So far. All right. So where was I? So you're getting a brochure to every customer, every campaign. Oh, and then you're following up with every customer. I say this every week, and I'm sorry if you think it's gross, but it's real, right? So most people are looking at your brochure either in the bathroom, they're just sitting there scrolling through the brochure on the toilet because busy moms, that's the only time they can get away from their kids, right? Or maybe they're laying in bed late at night and they're looking through the brochure. But either way, they can't call you right now. And so they're going to maybe mark up the pages, maybe they'll turn the pages down, whatever, and they'll set it aside, and then they totally forget about it. Life goes on. Life gets in the way, right? And eventually they're going to start cleaning their house or whatever, and they're going to find that brochure and they're going to go, oh, that's probably expired, and throw it away. And they're going to forget that they even saw stuff in there that they wanted. So if you don't do that follow-up, you might as well have thrown that brochure away yourself, because that's what's going to happen to it. So that follow-up is critical. It is critical. My sales, I'm not kidding, triple and quadruple after I do the follow-ups, every campaign. And then you're going to take the order, submit it to Avon, deliver it to your customer, or they'll go to your online store and place the order, and Avon will deliver, and then rinse and repeat. So we have a daily 8 system, which when followed consistently, our daily 8 plan will help you maintain the consistency required to build a thriving team or an exponentially expanding residual income, your sales, right? So instead of working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, your goal is to capture 8 points a day, 5 days a week, for a total of 40 points a week. So it's kind of like, when you're in a job, except for we're looking at points instead of hours. And trust me, you can get a lot more points a lot quicker than you can hours. So it says print this sheet and use it to track your weekly points. I just downloaded it. It's right here. It's like 9 pages. You can print one. Hi, Idra. Good to see you. You can print one, and then you probably want to print a bunch of page 2. The whole thing, it's got like a lot of training and stuff in it. How to it like talks about how to find new customers and things like that in all the other pages. But on this page is the one you would track. So you'd put week of, you put today's date or tomorrow's date if you prefer it to be Monday. What days are you going to work your business? So put them in here. And then during that day, you're going to give yourself points for doing all these things. So you're going to give yourself points for prospecting for customers and recruits. I have the 2 separate line items here, but they're basically the same. So if you're brand new and you're working through your list, and you go through and you take the first person on the list and you text them and you say, hi, I just started selling Avon. I'm really excited. Would you like to see a brochure? If they say no, that's fine. You move on to the next person, right? If they say yes, give yourself a point for that, because they are now in your systems. Now you're going to add them to your system. And so if you're out and if you're not working through the original list and you're looking for new people to add to your list, maybe you're out and about, maybe you're in the grocery store and you talk to the cashier and you say, hey, I sell Avon and we have this really cool, amazing digital catalog. Did you know you could try on colors right from your phone? You could try on our colors or find the perfect foundation. And then when she says yes, then you say, can I get your information? And you put her into your phone. And then you text her a digital brochure right now. Now you have her contact information. So you you've scored a point, right? You got a point for getting their contact information. Now you're going to follow up with these people 2 to 3 days after meeting them. This is the only time you'll do this particular follow-up. So it's more of a, hey, I texted you my brochure, or hey, I dropped off a brochure, 2 days ago. Just check in and see if there's anything I can get for you, or anything I can help you with, or questions I can answer, or anything like that, right? That's that follow-up. But now you're going to put them into your system where you're going to get a brochure to them every campaign, and you're going to follow up with them every campaign. And we're going to talk about that really quick too. But so now you're going to get a brochure to every customer. I give you 1 point for that because we use Campaign Mailer. We teach our team to use it because it's so much easier. It is so easy to get brochures out, and that way they're out. And I know some reps will say, I'm not going to mail a brochure to somebody who's placed an order that if I'm going to deliver the order to them, I'm going to give them a brochure then. I'm not going to pay for a brochure in the mail. But my experience has been, it takes too much time and effort on my part to try to figure out who got one and who didn't. So everybody, I don't care if they live next door to me, gets their brochure in the mail from Campaign Mailer. That way I know that everybody got one. It's 2 minutes of my time to schedule it. Boom, done. That part of my business is done. Instead of spending time going, oh, she ordered. Oh, no, she didn't order. Oh, I need to get a book to her. You guys, you're just spinning your wheels if that's what you're doing.
On that one too, plus it gets it out at a consistent time, usually right at the first beginning of the campaign, because I've had the problems with delivering orders. If I were going to put a book in an order, I want to get a hold of somebody. Maybe they're gone for the first week after the order comes in. So I'm waiting till almost the end of the campaign to deliver that order to them. And then I get the book till the last day or two and they say, well, I'll just order next time. So get the book out consistently, same time, every campaign.
Yeah, it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
But if you are taking the books and you're driving around town and you're delivering them to people, and then give yourself a point for every, 30 minutes or every hour, however you want to do that, be realistic, give yourself points for doing it. Because it's not a 1 point thing if you're spending a lot of time doing it, right? Follow-up text to every customer and calls. So I use services for that. I use Dial My Calls for the little old ladies, and I use Project Broadcast to text all of my customers. And so I just have 1 point for that because it literally takes a minute or two to schedule those. If you're manually texting everybody one at a time, give yourself more points. Not one for every text, but maybe one for every 30 minutes or something that you're spending on that, right? And then you can give yourself a point for placing your order, because that's really important that you place an order with Avon. I need to fix that. It's not avonnow.com anymore. I'll have to fix that.
Avon Go.
It's just Avon.
No, it's just Avon.
Yeah. Okay. So then sorting and delivering your customer orders, obviously that depends on how many customers you have. So give yourself more points for sorting and delivery. I mean, if you're actually delivering orders, you can give yourself a point for every delivery, right? Because it's taking your time. That's totally fine. Passive prospecting, I give you 1 point for the whole thing. So if you're putting brochures out door to door and you are not knocking on the door, but you're just putting them out, 1 point, because it's passive, because you're not getting their contact information. You're not able to follow up. You have no way of knowing who you gave them to, right? So, and the same thing if you're posting on social media, 1 point, because again, you're hoping they'll call you. It's not active. It's not you getting their contact information and their permission and being able to follow up with them, right? But it's still going to grow your business, right? As we step down this list, all of these things are business building activities, every single one of them, but they're less and less business building, if that makes sense. So now we get into, of course, if you sponsor or appoint a new representative, 1 point for every recruit, 1 point for every training contact you do with them. And then, a point for reviewing your leadership reports, because obviously you need to do that if you're in leadership. And then it goes down to business training like Avon U or Online Beauty Biz or other, and personal development. Those are still really important to your business. But if you're doing 8 points a day in personal development, you are not going to make any money, period. You might be really developed and you might know everything you need to know about Avon, but you're not making any money. So you need to focus. I really want you to focus on the top third. Really getting a brochure to everybody, doing a follow-up with everybody. Those are the things. Remember the 4 things I said that were so important. So that's our daily 8. And then we have a challenge that, and everybody is welcome. You don't have to be on my team. I'm here to support you. So you can click here to log your weekly numbers, because I have no way of knowing what you're doing unless you tell me, right? Even if you're on my team, I don't know what you're doing unless you tell me, because I'm not with you, right? I'm not at your house. So you just put in your email, your name, right? How many total points did you earn this week? What were your wins? What did you do really good? And maybe what did you not do so good? And what can you do better next time? Just by you taking the time to write this, you already know. So you know, oh, I did this and it worked really well, so I know I got to do that more, right? Or I did this and it didn't work. I'm not going to do that again. How can I turn that around and make it work better? You have already figured that out when you answer these questions, right? If you put something in here that maybe you're struggling with and you're not sure, if I have an answer, I'll email you and I'll answer you. Because like I said, I'm here to support you, right? Or I might send you to a blog post that I wrote that talks about that gives you step-by-step instructions. So if there's something I can help you with, I will try to help you. But this is not a judgment thing. I am not judging you. I don't even care how many points you get. I mean, obviously I want you to work your business. You're not going to be successful if you don't, but it's your business. It's not mine. So how many points you have means nothing to me, other than I will try to recognize you. Maybe I'll shout you out in the Facebook group, or maybe I will send you a card, or, you know, I don't know, whatever. I'll do what I can to support you. And that's all this is. This is not about judgment. This is about me supporting, both of us supporting you.
A lot of this too is it can be a help for other people too. If you have a brilliant idea, it could be an aha moment for somebody else that's struggling to do the same thing. So we'd like to publish some of these and say, give you credit for what you did.
Right.
But it could be something that could help somebody else in their business, saying, oh wow, I never thought of it that way. That's a much easier way to do it, or that it has more success with that.
Yeah, and that's true really for all of us, right? We can all be here to support each other. There's no reason that it has to all come from me. There's a lot of you that are on this call that know more than I do. So, and you know what's really funny is even the brand new people, they have ideas that I would never have thought of, because I've been doing Avon for 20 years. And Idra, you would agree with me on that, right? We've been doing Avon for a while. And so we've been doing it this way, and sometimes we get stuck in a box, right? We get stuck in our routine, and then a new person comes along and they're like, well, why are you doing that? You could do this. And you're like, whoa, light bulb, right? So, hey, we can all help each other. That's a good point. Okay, so be sure to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group. I'm guessing you're already in it if you're on this call, but this is our Facebook group right here. And so make sure you're a member of that. And then here's a post about automating your follow-up. So I'm not going to go into it in great detail, but you can click on that link and that will take you to this post. Or you can go to the right and you can search for automate and you'll be able to find this. But, you know, and there's a whole training on here. I did a Facebook Live on it. And, you know, Richard and I didn't have the time to do all this stuff. We didn't have the time to call everybody. Back then, we didn't have texting. It was phone. It was the old-fashioned way. We didn't have Facebook.
Answering machines.
We did not have Facebook. We had phone and answering machines. The answering machine was the new technology 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But no, but I mean, but we didn't have the time, right? And so we had to figure out how to automate them. And I'll have to tell you, back then, Avon didn't have, like I said, there was no Facebook. Avon had bulletin boards, online bulletin boards. I don't know if you guys remember. It would be like what's that first online thing that everybody was on? AOL. AOL. They had bulletin boards. Well, Avon had bulletin boards, you know, on a server that you would register in, and we could chat with each other. And reps would tell me, "Don't do this. Don't do this. You're going to kill your business." But I did, because I didn't have a choice, and it exploded my business. And so basically, what I did, and this was what I did then, was wasn't dial my calls. It was a different service, Voice Shot, I think it was called. And I would pre-record my message and I would send it out and I would say, hey, this is Lynn, your Avon lady, just a quick reminder. And it's all right here. You know, my order's going in on Wednesday. If there's anything you want, please let me know. If not, no problem. Have a great week. Here's my phone number. And if you'd rather not receive these messages, please let me know. I keep that under 30 seconds. So I say it pretty fast. Because with dial my calls, if it's under 30 seconds, it's just 1 point. So it doesn't cost very much, right? This goes out now to my little old ladies that don't text. They just have a landline. And so they get my message. And a lot of them don't even listen to the message. They pick it up and they go, hello. And they go, oh, it's Lynn. And they hang up and they call back and give us an order. And everybody told me, everybody's going to think that this is telemarketing. They're going to hate it, but they don't. I don't sell in this call. I actually had a district manager back then that kept saying, you need to promote the specials. You need to, and I'm like, no, this isn't a sales call. It's just a reminder that my order's going in. It's a courtesy call.
It's like calling a friend.
Yeah,
just say, hey.
It's just a courtesy call. Don't forget, right? Don't forget to turn your clocks back or whatever. It's just that kind of a call, right? So, and then now I use, of course, text is the way to go. Most of us are texting. I use Project Broadcast. So I use Project Broadcast for my delivery customers, and I also use it for my Avon book customers. So I might have customers all over the country that get a different text. So I have 2 lists. I have Avon customers. These are the ones I'm delivering, and they get a message. Hi, quick reminder, my order goes in on Wednesday. If there's anything I can order for you, please let me know by tomorrow. And then the Avon book one, they get 2, a campaign. They get one on the first day of the campaign, and then one halfway through the campaign. So the first day of the campaign, it's, hey, welcome to campaign 2. And then halfway through, and the reason I do it halfway through and not the end is I don't want to give a message saying, hey, campaign 1 is going in one day, and then the next day, welcome to 2, right? So I want to spread it out. So I usually do mine on Wednesdays. I was doing Tuesdays, but now Avon's changed it. So the new website is live on Wednesday. Same with our order schedule. It matches now. So on Wednesdays, hey, this is Lynn, or the Avon book is welcome to campaign 2, right? And then halfway through on the next Wednesday, it's, hey, just checking in. Don't forget campaign 2 ends on Tuesday if there's anything you want. Right? And then the next Wednesday, they get a welcome to campaign 3, right? So this is my texting for my customer delivery orders, and it's all in here, right? So this is our system. We mail brochures. We use Dial My Calls for our customers that don't have cell phones or don't text, and we use Project Broadcast for those that we text. There's lots of reasons why I use the system. I'm not working 80 hours anymore on my job, right? I don't have jobs anymore. Richard and I are retired. We could, if we wanted to, take the time to physically text everybody, but why? Why? You're sending a text to everybody. Using Project Broadcast, the text comes from you. It's not a group text. It actually comes from you, and it's just a text. You're chatting with that person just like you would on your phone. So they have no way of knowing you're sending it to everybody. But also, it frees up your time so that you can go and spend your time on the top of the daily 8 looking for new prospects and new customers and new recruits, because that's how you're going to grow your business. It's always in the new. Also, our automating our follow-ups gets you out of your head, because I know you guys, I know you're guilty. I have done this too, where you're texting them one by one and you're going, oh man, she hasn't ordered. I've given her books the last 5 campaigns and she hasn't ordered. Maybe I shouldn't text her. No, get out of your head. Quit doing that. It is not and I don't want her to think I'm a bug. You need to stop that. You are providing a service, and your service is your excellent customer service. You're excellent. They know you're going to be there. They know you're not going to be a rep who disappears, because you're there in their text message every week or every other week or whatever. And they know that when you tell them that your order's going in on Wednesday. The other thing is, especially for those delivery customers, basically we order once every campaign, right? So you pick your day, and mine is Wednesday, the first day of the campaign. And if they call me on Thursday with an order, they've missed my order date. Now they have to wait 2 weeks before I place another order, and then another week before that order is even delivered to me, before I can even consider delivering it to them. So that's 3 weeks. I don't want my customers to have to wait. So I'm providing them that service. Hey, my order is going in. If there's anything you want, you got to let me know by tomorrow, right? And then if they give me an order on Thursday, it's on them, because I told them, right? So there's lots of reasons, but it's all about just being professional and just having that system. And that system frees you up to either grow your business, going out prospecting, talking to more people, finding more people, or maybe it frees you up to spend more time with your kids if that's what you wanted. Is that why you're selling Avon? So you can be home with your kids? These systems are going to let you do that.
Yeah, and if emergencies come up, I doubt that. I'd almost bet $100 to everybody that if you could sit down and do 100 texts in a row, 100 phone calls in a row, and get them done, you'd be probably the only person in the world that could do that. It's just an impossible task that most of us wouldn't do,
and we wouldn't get through it.
Yeah, and we wouldn't get through it. So this is just a simple way. It gets them out quick. But the others, like you said, to get out of your head and free up your time. And then emergencies happen. We we had sick parents for a while, and you may have trouble with your kids or whatever. You have your kids sent to school, and something happens, you have to drop everything and go pick them up, or whatever. Somebody gets in an accident, life happens. So it just helps free up all your time, so you're ready to grow your business.
Yeah, my mom's last year of her life, we were either at the hospital, rushing her to the hospital, or in some cases after she got out of the hospital, she'd be in a nursing home for a couple of weeks for rehab. And we were pretty tied up with my mom, and the Daily 8 system allowed my business to not miss a beat. We've gone on vacations. We've gone on 2-week cruises, and my customers didn't even know we were out of town because our system was right there, keeping everything on top. And not to put you on the spot, but Lisa Johnston, congratulations to you. You told me today your business doubled last year, this year.
Awesome.
Woohoo, congratulations.
Yeah.
But you guys, Lisa's using this system, and this is what's doubling her business because she's being consistent and she's doing all the steps every campaign. So shout out. Good job, Lisa. Woohoo. Okay, so let's talk about you can still finish the year strong if you choose. So the good news is it doesn't matter how we started or even where we're at now, right? What matters now is how we finish. So everyone starts the year strong, right? We all have these big ideas. There's Lisa. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. I am so proud of you. You're doing amazing. So what matters, everybody starts the year out strong, right? We're all excited for the new year and we're ready to do great things. But over the course of the year, much of that initial buzz can sometimes wear off, like we're a week into the new year and things get, life happens, and before long, it doesn't take long for you to forget what your resolutions were, right? So no matter what we set out to accomplish, at some point we hit that place where the actions that were once so fresh and stimulating become routine, boring, and monotonous. Life starts to take over, and sometimes you don't even realize that you've gotten off track or that you've slowed down. So now is the time to make sure that you finish the year strong. Actually, we probably should have had this training a couple of weeks ago, but it's still okay. First off, there's two things. The end of the year, obviously, is 2 weeks from yesterday, but keep in mind that Avon, the end of Avon's year is the end of campaign 2. So you still have some time. We're in campaign 1 right now. I guess that's still pretty close to 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we're in campaign 1 right now, which is due next week. And then campaign 2, you have about 2 more weeks. So here's 6 steps to help you achieve your goals before the year is over, right? So number 1, acknowledge where you are and how you've changed. So you're not the same person you were in January when you made those goals, right? So make sure they're still what you want out of this year based on where you are now and where you've headed. I mean, there's been some things over the course of the year that I've dropped that I've said, oh, no, I don't think that's what I want to do anymore because I changed course, right? And so I have a different goal, right? Eliminate any goals that you adopted just to please someone else or because you thought you should. If you're doing something, if one of your goals is just because you think that you should, or you think, then let go of those. Those aren't even that important. What's important is for you, right? So you've lived a lot of life in the last 11 months, and it's been another 11 months of scary COVID stuff too, on and up and down, right? So it's totally okay to reevaluate your priorities. You might find some of your original goals are no longer important to you while you've developed other goals that are very important now. For instance, COVID, we were just reading something the other day that talked about how many people were just getting out of the job market. They're just fed up. COVID has made them reevaluate what they want out of life. And especially people who are 50 and older, I think is what it was talking about, that have said they're not quite ready to retire yet, but they're not all gung-ho about wanting to keep working 40 or 60 hours a week for and not being appreciated, right? Especially if they're in jobs like a cashier at a store or in a restaurant or stuff like that, because they feel like they're not being appreciated. And even with younger people, the same thing. They're in the market, but they're like reevaluating where they want to go with it, because do I really want this job where they don't appreciate me and they pay me nothing, and I have to be there, and if I'm like 5 minutes late or 1 minute late, I get written up. And so a lot of them are doing gig type jobs like Grubhub or whatever. A lot of people are coming to network marketing or direct sales, so they're coming to Avon or Tupperware or anything like that. So even for you might have decided over the course of COVID and everything that's come along with that, and even just having to stay home maybe from work because of COVID, maybe you've decided that what's more important to you now is being home with your kids because you were able to be home with them during COVID. And so your priorities might have changed. So, so that could be really good, right? I mean, so maybe now you're going to focus more into your Avon business, but that's the key right now is acknowledge where you are and how you've changed, and if in fact those goals are still what you want, or if your goal has changed, then what do you want it to be?
Yeah, course correction is always good. I mean, you look at airplanes and cruise ships, and they're always course correcting. Is there a storm ahead? You know, you get on a trip to drive across the United States. You don't just drive straight. You have to make turns, left turns, right turns, and go around things, and the obstacles that happen. So course correction is always a good thing. But you're going to end up where you wanted to go.
But it's all about development. So you're doing personal development too, if you're doing the Daily 8, and maybe you're growing into somebody that
yes.
So now you have new dreams and goals that are even bigger. Now it's stretched your mind to look at more options, right? Okay, number 2, forgive yourself if necessary. Life is not simple and things get in the way, right? So don't waste any time in self-recrimination or beating yourself up. We all do this. I'm guilty, right? I am horribly guilty about this. But you know what? Once you've acknowledged where you are and what hasn't worked, now it's about moving on. It is important to know what didn't work. It really is important to look back and say, this is what I did wrong. This is why I ask you in the Daily 8, what did I not do so well and how could I have done it better? Because that's what's going to make you better moving forward. And that's what's going to make yourself better here. It's not a judgment thing. Even in my Daily 8, it's not a judgment thing. It's just a statement of fact. This is what I did. Oh, I didn't, and I get people that fill out the Daily 8 that are totally honest, and I love it, right? I just didn't get out and talk to people. I didn't make the time. I was enjoying my kids or whatever, and I didn't make the time to do it. And I need to make the time because I know that if I don't, I'm not going to be successful in Avon, right? So what a wild moment for them to have, right? Okay, now they know, hey, I can still be with my kids, but I need to implement systems. I need to get them set up, and I need to be meeting more people, and then I can still be with my kids. Right? So it's all about working it out, right? So if you haven't made the progress that you intended so far this year, admit to yourself that you screwed up or you lost your focus, and then give yourself another shot. No drama. If you didn't make, hold on just a second. Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Yes, constant improvement. Yes, exactly. Thank you for saying that. So if you didn't make the Hawaii trip, it's over. It's over. And if you didn't make it, I'm sorry. If you were really trying, I'm sorry. I totally understand. I have had goals that I've missed before. We all have, right? But if that's the case, then set your sights on Cancun. You can start now with Campaign 1. Campaign 1 starts Cancun right now. So set your sights and go for Cancun. There's no reason you can't earn that. You've got 26 campaigns a whole year to do it, right?
Yeah. Chunk it down, break it down to manageable bite-sized pieces, and do so much, know where you need to be every week, every 2 weeks.
Yeah. But so why did you not make it? Why did you not make it to Hawaii if that's what you were going for? Did you screw up? Did you lose your focus? Right? No drama. Just why didn't I make it? And how can I turn that around so I can make the next trip? And then move forward. Right? No drama, no beating yourself up. It is what it is. It's done. It's over. Now let's move forward. Okay. Anitra. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I missed some. Kathy, aloha.
Aloha.
She says she's excited too.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. Kathy wants Cancun. I will see you there, Kathy. So Anitra says, I know I'm guilty of not making enough time. I need to make a better plan and work my plan. Okay, Anitra, you're not going to beat yourself up over that though, right? You're just gonna, that's what you need to do. So that's what you're going to do. When your kids are in bed at night, sit down and make a plan. Sit down and figure out what you're going to do, and figure out what's important to you and what's not, and what your priorities are, and make your plan around those priorities, because I want you in Cancun with me. Okay. So consider the possibilities, right? Sit down and strategize on an action plan and possible scenarios. What can you do to end your business on a high note? Just sit and brainstorm, and do it quickly because you don't have much time left. So coming up with as many ideas as you can, and then settle on the ones that will work the best for you, and then get busy, right? So number 4, focus on the critical items to get done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's important to prioritize the most essential tasks that have to be completed, right? Are you working towards President's Club? If that's what you're working towards now, or Honor Society, or whatever level you're working at, Or if you're in Avon leadership and you're working towards a promotion, or getting your team members up before the year ends, those would be priorities, right? Your sales and your leadership would be priorities if your goal is to achieve a certain level. So what do you need to do to get there? Figure out what you need to do and what critical items do you need to do. Maybe hold an incentive for your customers if it's sales, right? Hold an incentive for your customers. Or maybe make up some flyers. It'd probably be too late to order brochures and get them on time, but you can use your digital brochure, or you can make up some flyers. And just how many people can you get them in front of? How many people can you get your business in front of? Because that's what's going to get your business. If you're working hard to get to President's Club, how much do you need, right? Figure an average customer order is $25. How many customers do you need to get in front of in order to get that many orders? Keeping in mind that not everybody's going to order, right? So I would figure if I need 25 orders, I would have my business in front of 100 people or even 200 people. I don't know what your stats are. You might have a better idea what your stats are, but I would gung-ho for the next 2 weeks, pedal to the metal, if that's what my goal was to get to President's Club or whatever level, right? She hasn't been there since she was 17.
That was just a couple months ago.
Yeah, that was just like last year, right, Anitra? Are you talking about Hawaii or Cancun?
Cancun, I think.
Mexico, I don't know.
Yes.
So anyway, number 5, remove any obstacles in the way, right? Streamline the work process. Use our system. Use our automate your follow-up system, right? Use the Daily 8 system because that's streamlined. It's like you know where you are. You know what you need to do, and it's just doing it. Kathy says, I like your advice. No drama. Get up there. I like your advice. No drama. What is your goal? Break it down. You know, Kathy, it couldn't be anything else. There's no reason for drama. Drama doesn't help your business. It's so funny because we used to have a store. We used to have an Avon store in Ventura, California. Next door to us was Starbucks. And I just try to use the two as examples because I was Avon. That person who bought that and opened it was Starbucks. That was a franchise. That was a person who said, I want to have a Starbucks, and they paid money to open a store, right? Just recently, Avon launched a brand new website. It's been a little bit of a nightmare. I expected that. I was not surprised by it at all, and I was ready for it. I was prepared for it because I come from a geek background, and I know that when you make especially as big of a website as this is, when you launch a whole brand new website, there's going to be glitches, and I knew that. But you find a way to work around them, right? So I've seen some reps that say, oh man, I'm not even going to bother until after they get all these glitches fixed. Well, the person who says that isn't serious about their business. They're playing with it. Because for me, this is my income. This is our entire income, except for Richard has retirement. But besides that, this is our business. We don't have a paycheck coming in if it wasn't for our Avon business. And so the glitches happen in the store, the online store. I figured out how to get around them. I figured out what to do, how to make it work. Okay, so let's just say that I owned the Starbucks that was next door to me when I had my store, and there was a bad snowstorm. That's not going to happen in Ventura, but wherever you are, right? There was a bad snowstorm, and your order couldn't be delivered. And maybe it was your grocery order. Maybe, I used to be in the food service business. So maybe your grocery order couldn't be delivered and you don't have cream. Trust me, if I was the store manager, I would be damned if I'm going to tell my customers, oh, I don't have cream. Sorry. Can't help you. Nope. I'd be sending one of my employees to Vaughn's to get cream, to get whatever I had to get to make sure that I could take care of my customers, to make sure that I don't lose money because my Cisco or Giordano's or whoever was their food service couldn't deliver the cream. Maybe they couldn't get coffee. Okay, that's a problem. That's probably a big problem. But all I'm saying is what if your power was out? I've seen people are so adaptive. People can, we can roll with the punches if we have the attitude of that. If we are open to whatever's out there and open to making it work, we can roll with the punches. The power's out. Okay, so we light a burner and we, give away free coffee or something just to keep people happy. But all I'm saying is you just don't let an obstacle stop you. Hope that makes
Yeah,
sense.
we all have workarounds. I mean, we always think about our business and tend to give up. But if you're driving your car and going on vacation, and all of a sudden your car breaks down on the side of the road, are you just going to leave the car there and just hitchhike and go home? No, you're going to get a workaround. You're going to figure a way to get your car fixed so you can continue the vacation.
Yeah.
It's just how we are. We just tend to not think of our business in the same way as we do with obstacles that happen to us in life.
Yeah. So let me see. I got some comments here. Cancun. It was a family trip. Okay. So
Nice.
you're back. So Anitra, you got to go to Cancun next year. You got to earn it, right? Kathy says, find a way to work around it. I like it. And she says, you had a store. Wow. And no store now. So Kathy, more than you need to know, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but Avon changed the way they handle stores. This was many years ago. And we shut down our store. Because of the way the rules, that they weren't going to help me. And so we shut down our store. And that was in California. That was many years ago. I think we closed our store like in 2006 or 2008.
No, 2011.
Oh, sorry, 2011. Yeah. So it's been a while. It's been 10 years. So, and now we're in Utah. Well, we moved back to Utah to take care of my mom. Now we're in Nevada. So we don't have a store. And Kathy says, agreed. I like it, Lynn. Get the cream from someone to service your customers. Yeah, because you wouldn't let that obstacle stop you, right? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't. If you were serious, if you were taking your business serious, and if you opened a McDonald's or you opened a Starbucks, trust me, it's $250,000 to open those stores. Or more in some case. I don't know what they are, but they're more than that probably. You are not going to let an obstacle stop you. Why would you let an obstacle stop you in your Avon business? And why would you let an obstacle stop you from reaching your goals in the next 2 weeks, right? There's no reason. I mean, I know there are some people that are going to say, oh, shoot, I didn't make it. Oh, well, better luck next time. They're the ones that you are not ever going to see on stage. They're the people you're never going to see in Cancun or Hawaii because they didn't make it happen. The people who are on those trips in Cancun and in Hawaii, they don't miss a trip, you guys. And Avon puts some pretty stringent requirements. We have to grow our sales by, I don't know what percentage it is. Was it 30%? No, it wasn't that high, right?
It's usually like 10 to 15,
10 or 15%. But in some cases, that's a lot of money that you have to grow your sales. It's like you have to keep stretching. So every year it gets harder and harder. But trust me, the people who go on those trips, they will not miss one. They will not, and neither will I. We will make it happen. And the way we make it happen is we start in campaign 1 and we lay it out. We figure out what do we need to do every campaign. And we make sure every campaign that we stay on track. But
yeah, of course, correct all the time.
Yeah. So Anitra says, we just need to work with and through those glitches. I had a power outage with the snowstorm here and couldn't do much with electronics. So I found things to read that were useful. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, the power outage, that didn't help, but you didn't let it stop you, right? I mean, you could have just went to bed and took a nap, I guess, but you found something that was helpful anyway, right? So if you have obstacles, get rid of them, right? So streamline the work process to provide the quickest, most effective results. There's no time for extra steps anymore. You've only got 2 weeks till the end of the year, right? Maybe you need to get someone, your kids or your family members, to help you achieve those goals. Maybe it's putting flyers out door to door, or passing them out somewhere. Maybe your kids could help you with that, right? Labeling brochures. There's a lot of things that you can get your kids to do to teach them some of the realities of life. Yeah. So Kathy says, I can't wait to go on my first trip with Avon Hawaii. Congratulations, Kathy. Yeah, congratulations. Once you go, you will never miss another trip. Yeah. When you see how Avon treats you like queens, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. You will never miss another trip. So I am going to be so excited to see you. Yes. If I don't recognize you or notice you, please grab me and say hi, because we will be there. Got to get a picture together. And sometimes when I'm around so many people, I know all of you guys from Facebook, but I don't necessarily recognize you on face. So grab me, okay? Grab both of us and let's get a picture. Okay, so then number 6, focus on action, 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 right? So to really make a difference in a little bit of time we have left, you must immediately get into action. So spend your energy doing the actions that focus on speed and results. Action is critical. And I edited this post. I obviously didn't edit this. So you can still end 2021 on a positive note if you choose to, right? So remember, it's your responsibility to make it happen. And, let's see. Kathy says, I'm so excited. I will look to meet you both and we'll take pictures. Yes.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet.
So, so the holidays are meant to be enjoyment, right? But you're going to enjoy them much more when you have the satisfaction of knowing that you're going to end the year with gusto. So give it your all in the next couple of weeks, and you're going to be able to finish the year on a high note and face 2022 on your feet, ready to really take charge of your business. Spend some time with family. Don't just get so busy working that you forget that it's the holidays, right? You need to spend time with your family. You need to do the holiday things. You need to enjoy the time, but also don't let your business fall apart while you're doing it. Work on those goals. Figure out, you've already kind of figured out in the first couple of steps what it is you need to do. So just make it happen. Take the action and make it happen. So you've got this. I know you do. So let's see. Girl Scout cookie selling is how my girls have learned some direct sales. Yes, I think that's what I learned early on. I mean, I was a top cookie salesperson back in the day. We literally would go for miles and miles door to door back in the, what was that, the early 60s. So yeah, I'm old. So that's what I have for you guys today. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see, Kathy. It'll be fun to see you and all the others in Hawaii. Going to the events is amazing. Every time you go to an event, everybody else there is top notch. They're the top of the top in every category in Avon. And they always have seminars and talks, and the company talks and everything else, but you learn more from talking to the other reps. We learn more over lunches and breakfast than in dinners than we do
drinks.
Yeah, and over drinks at the swim up bar and stuff than we do all the other times. It's just an amazing time.
Well, you're going to be with other people who are going to stretch your thinking because they're successful. You're successful too. That's why you're there. But you have strengths and they have strengths, and they're not going to always be the same. And so when you're hanging around Timothy Brown or Natasha Leitner, trust me, you're going to learn something from them. And you're going to make friends with these people. And so for us, for about 20 years now, it's like same time next year. It's like every year we go on these trips and we get to see all of our friends again. For those of you that are old enough to remember that, same time next year with Alan Alden. But that's what it is. So, so Kathy says, yes, can't wait to meet you all. I agree. Meet all the reps and learn. Yes. So you guys, let me go back to just us. Bring this back. My mouse doesn't want to work. All right, so we're back. So we're going to be dark the next 2 weeks. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If Hanukkah is what you celebrate, hope you had a happy Hanukkah. I believe that's over now. But happy holidays to all of you and Happy New Year. It's going to be an amazing 2022. We are in the right place at the right time, you guys. I know there's been some growing pains. I know that we've stretched. I know that Avon's forced us to stretch. The website's still having issues. Trust me, they're working on it 24/7. Those issues are going to get better and better and better. And all of this is going to help us have the most amazing 2022 ever. Avon is there. They're pushing for us to have this amazing 2022. And we're in the right place, in the right time with Avon. And I just can't wait to see all of you exploding your businesses. So
he's giving us wishes there. Yeah, thanks everybody. And enjoy.
Let's see. Lisa says, thanks for the great tips.
Yeah.
Kathy says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Love you guys. Appreciate all the tips. We love you too.
Thank you.
And Anitra says, have a good holiday.
Yes.
So,
yes, everybody. And enjoy this special time of the year with your family and friends. It's really a special time. It's a time to really renew friendships and everything else a lot. And even with family. Hopefully you don't get in fights with them.
Happy holidays, Denise.
It's good to see everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy the holidays.
Have an amazing week. We will be dark the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
We'll be back on January 9th. So watch for details.
All righty.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Have a happy holiday. Bye-bye.